everyone. This is just after Sunday worship on Father's Day for us, which obviously was a little different this year. And I decided that I would share a hymn with you that is based on the reading that we had today in worship. The preface to this is that I grew up watching birds because Mama had a bird feeder always going. And it was just something we did as she sat in her place at the kitchen table, which looked out over and at the bird feeder. There was joy in what we saw, and there were all kinds of birds, but the favorite ones were the cardinals, bright red and tawny red for the females. They're striking, but there were always also other birds and a lot of sparrows. And while we look at them and don't think much of them, still they are important, sweet birds. We have them here in Scotland, thankfully. What we don't have are the cardinals. Instead, we have the rather striking magpies. We have the somewhat less striking jackdaws, starlings, of course, blackbirds, finches, lots and lots of bird life. So I have a feeder in my back garden, and I have 3 or 4 different kinds of food, and some I've discovered they really like and others they don't. But that doesn't matter. They are God's creatures, and they are delightful to watch. In the reading from Matthew 10 today, Jesus says to his followers, "What I say to you in the dark, tell in the light. And what you hear whispered, proclaim from the housetops. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. And even the hairs of your head are all counted. So do not be afraid. You are of more value than many sparrows." God knows us better than we know ourselves. God values not just the tiny little sparrows, but values each one of us. And whatever we are feeling in this time of disruption, we are assured that God watches over us, even if we are not aware of it. What this passage took me back to was one of the hymns that I grew up singing. And it's called "His Eye is on the Sparrow." Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart be lonely and long for heaven and home? When Jesus is my portion, my constant friend is he. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Let not your heart be troubled. His tender word I hear, and resting on his goodness, I lose my doubts and fears. Though by the path he leadeth, but one step I may see. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Whenever I am tempted, whenever clouds arise, when song gives place to sighing, when hope within me dies, I draw the closer to him. From care he sets me free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. For his eye is on the sparrow, and I know he watches me. Whether we are flashy cardinals or tiny sparrows or even tinier wrens, God watches us, and we can sing because we are free in that love and grace. Go in peace and live in love.